We started building a startup early 2015, and we were quite interested in the incubator straight away. The incubator is a one-year program that is run by London Business School, and it gives access to all sorts of resources like professors, mentors, suppliers, partners. And mostly it was about connecting to the school, all the network that was surrounding the incubator, learning more about entrepreneurship. That's for us was the most important part.
During the second year in LBS, I was doing an exchange program in Berkeley. And there in Berkeley, I was with my classmate John, who was renting his place on Airbnb in London. We talked about it and I asked him a lot of questions, how it worked. He told me about renting his flat. I realized, well, there is some potential there. I took it just as a pure idea to our new venture development class in London Business School. I got a group around it, so we developed our initial business plan. So it was also going into entrepreneurial path, and then by the time I think the class finished, we started talking more and more, and then we started working together.
Our business is called Pass the Keys. We do Airbnb management. We help hosts who want to host on Airbnb to have a hassle-free experience and earn extra income.
Airbnb is a platform that allows to connect people who have properties with people who need properties for short-term stay. What we realized they don't do, and they don't intend to do, is managing those properties. Pass the Keys does that by organizing cleaning, by greeting guests, by communicating with guests, by managing pricing of those properties.
Our business has actually grown very quickly. In the first year, we were concentrating on our home market, which was London, and we grew from obviously 0 flats to having almost 80 flats to manage. In 2017, that's when we really pushed. We decided to expand to other cities, and at the moment we have almost 200 flats.
When we started the business, the idea was just to believe in yourself. There are many naysayers around you who tell you it's not going to work, and they have 10 really good reasons why it's not going to work. Second challenge that we faced was getting our first round of funding. It took us several months, lots of negotiation, lots of meetings, and now the challenge is how to grow.
It's the technology bit in this business is that we don't really have someone to look up to. As in, the industry is so new that actually any existing technology could well be obsolete tomorrow. It's not like we can look at another more established firm and say, oh, let's try to find out what they're using. But we have to kind of go and find out, okay, this is how we are doing it. I think this is how the technology can help shorten this amount of time by 30%. I think that's also like a bit of a challenge.
For the last 2 years, the main idea of the product remained the same, and we deliver same service. What has changed a lot is we learned a lot about our clients, and we now understand a lot more and a lot better their needs. So we do constant refinement of the product.
If we had known what we know now, we would definitely take more risks. When we first started and we first raised some money from our friends, families, and then the first round, I think we were quite sort of careful to make sure that the money was well spent. We could have perhaps been a bit more forward in terms of risk with spending those funds.
The importance of hiring. We have done our fair bit of mistakes, and what I would do now differently is I would never compromise on quality of people.
Not wait for things to be perfect before you do something. One example is when we first expanded to Manchester, we didn't know exactly how it would pan out. We had a rough idea and we decided to go with it. If you just want to be safe, it may be too late.
Originally, I thought investors are rational people, but they're not. No one makes a decision based on your numbers. They make decisions based on their feelings. So what I also learned is the more content you provide, the less likely you are to get funding. So I was focused a lot more on the delivery, on the design, on how you talk with the guys, rather than just the content.